It's a small town, a seemingly safe area. There's not a lot of homicides where she lives. I think the family was floored the fact that they find her dead and dead in her own apartment.
Once the initial on-scene investigation is complete, Carolyn's body is transferred to the Bexar County morgue. Police will be looking to Dr. G for answers.
The medical examiner's role is very crucial in our investigation. We're hoping that she can link some physical evidence back to the case.
The police need to know what happened to her. It's my job to get as much information off that body as possible to help law enforcement get the.
At this stage, only one thing is clear. The clock is ticking. It's possible that Carolyn's killer could strike again. And as Dr. G prepares to examine the body, Carolyn's family does their best to come to terms with the fact that their daughter is being autopsied.
The room child told her much after it was kind of not her son yet. They haven't known after that.
I know that that had to be done for us to find out what really happened. Because if it was a crime, it would have to be this one.
As Dr. G pulls back the protective sheet, she gets her first good look at Carolyn's body.
What I see is a young woman who looks 21, long blonde hair, back up, scrunchy, pretty blonde hair, isn't it? She has a t-shirt on. She has a watch on. And she has remnants of socks in her chalk. Her body is covered with soot.
Dr. G's first step is to search for any forensic clues.
External exams are pretty much everything with homicide. Although we needed an internal exam to often get to how the murder, sometimes we practice it's the outside of the body. So that's where most of our clues are.
She begins by zeroing in on a part of her body that could be the key to identifying the killer.
That's what's going on there. You need to remove the hands because if there's a struggle, she may be crying. She may be.
Carefully, she removes the bags that investigators placed over Carolyn's hands at the scene.
Any bags are put over the hands to preserve any evidence that was there and to keep anything contaminated with them. So the air is the surface and getting close to the that the wash away evidence. I don't see a lot of bruising on her hands, but we look at it very closely to see if we can find the perpetrator's DNA under the hands.
She also collects samples of Carolyn's own DNA from several parts of her body. It's what forensic experts refer to as standards.
So I will take heavier standards because let's say they find a hair on somebody they suspect. The people looking at that hair would know if it's hers or not. And of course, I would take blood for a blood standard.
Dr. G then packages the trace evidence and sends it to the crime lab for analysis. But she's not holding her breath.
They may play a pivotal role or they may play no role. As I said, he was just a sailor.
Next, she surveys the clothing that was recovered from the scene. And one thing immediately grabs her attention.
Police found torn panties that appear to have been ripped at both seams and at the waistband.
And inside the undergarment is a tan blue.
Equal material. In underwear. Believe it or not, it's something I see a lot. Often I see the word extremely afraid with the hate.
Then Dr. G's morgue technician carefully removes Carolyn's clothing. And right away she spots another important detail.
She's got people material here.
But there's no fecal matter on Carolyn's hands. So there's only one way it could have ended up all over over her body.
The perpetrator, whoever took those panties off, appeared to have touched her and smeared it on her. The fact that her panties were ripped off, the fecal material was smeared on her fur, and the fact that she was burned between the legs all indicates to me that some type of possible sexual assault was at least attempted.
As disturbing as it sounds, forensic psychologist Dr. Nancy Slipman has seen this type of behavior in killers before.
This kind of perpetrator shows a need to degrade, abase, and humiliate their victim to an extraordinary degree. Sexual assault is about power and control. People experience violence through absolute pure terror. There's no way out of this. This person has power over their life and death.
He's in trouble in finding. But even more concerning is the prospect that Carolyn's killer could already be targeting his next victim.
There's a great deal of planning. There's a great deal of thinking about how they're going to do this, how they're going to find the victim. That perpetrator is still out walking around. They need to inform. They need to know who did this.
Dr. G believes that 21-year-old Carolyn Casey was sexually assaulted. And now she's on the hunt for hard evidence to prove it.
The liver trauma in the vaginal region, we look for scratches on the thighs, and we look for bruising.
But this is no easy task because the perpetrator took 40 pans to cover his tracks.
I think this fellow was trying to destroy something between the legs. Someone set fire to an area around the genitals to get rid of any friends that get the and seen in any hair on the body. It's very cold. The rest of her is not blood, but yet the area between her legs is charred. It hurts so bad on the lower aspect of the leg that you can see the bone. Let's see. I'm thinking that I can still find evidence of it.
But after a thorough examination, Dr. G comes up empty-handed.
His goal with burning the body was to destroy evidence of sexual assault. He did a good job. I can't tell if there's any trauma there.
Next, Dr. G swabs for a rape kit. If it turns up any trace DNA, it could reveal the killer's identity.
That fire, heat will destroy and denature DNA, but I'm hoping.
Unfortunately, she won't know for sure until the results come back from a very busy lab.
The DNA is going to take months to get. There was such a backlog back then.
In the meantime, she watches the body and searches for other clues that might shed light on what happened to Carolyn.
Police need to know if they can give them any information about what was going on during the time she died. Once we clean that suit off, to me, we've got some evidence that's quite clear. Contusions and history of things like that. We've got some small abrasions that look like fingernail marks and pressure that were on her back. Low-grade strangulation. I do see, she's got fatigue in her eye. Fatigue is basically just in water or gas that indicate increased pressure in your head region. It is one of the things we look for. Strangulation.
And as her eyes move down the body, she spots another important detail.
I do find feel defined, kind of thick bruises there on her upper chest area. These bruises often have its men on top of the victim with their knees, hitting them down while they're strangled.
But while Dr. G suspects that Carolyn was strangled, she can't say yet if it's the official cause of death.
Ultimately, it's the cause of death. You don't have any witnesses, and you have a purpose. So we need to gather as much forensic information as we can.
But at this stage, she does know one thing for sure.
There's something about it. This takes a I can't imagine who would do this to this woman.
And no one is more eager to see the killer unmasked than Carolyn's grieving family.
I'm so hurt. That someone took a life. They would do such a thing.
It's got to be difficult for
I
any
blew my
family
tonsils out at that time.
knowing that
I know.
this has not been saying.
They're waiting for my phone call to let me know what happened.
How's your girl?
Good.